Hi everyone, this is Udhay here. I welcome you all to this MCQ series, and you all know that we are looking at the December month current affairs in the form of MCQs, and this is lesson 6. So we are focusing on 2020 IAS Prelims, and this is by Udhay. So let's move on to the question. So far we have seen 21 questions, and this is the 22nd question. Please go and watch the previous questions if you haven't watched. Okay, there has been a lot of topics that has been covered, and here is the 22nd question. Consider the following statement about the report Health, Safety and Dignity of Sanitation Workers. Statement 1, it is a report released by the Indian Institute of Population Studies. Statement 2, as per the report, sanitation workers across the developing world often suffer because of weak legal protection. So I need to choose the right answer here. So what could be the answer? So here if you see this is named as health, safety and dignity of sanitation worker. Okay, so if you read the options, there is something fishy about these two statements which is given here. It is a report released by Indian Institute of Population Studies. So basically they are telling it is an Indian institution. Okay, so read the second option. There you will identify some kind of difference, because it says sanitation workers across the developing world. So by just reading the statement, you can identify there is a something as an inverse relationship between these two statements. So here it says Indian institution and here it says developing world. So if it is an Indian institution, why they are talking about developing world? They are just going to talk about India or the states within it, right? So that is how you need to find which statement would be wrong. Okay, this is one of the method that I am just telling you. There will be complete difference between the first and second statement, and there could be a possible reason that one statement can be easily identified that it is wrong or right. Anyway, let's look at the answer here. So here the answer is statement 2, that is right. Statement 1 is wrong. So the answer here is 2 only, B. So here if you see, the report was actually released by, jointly authored by ILO, Water Aid, World Bank and WHO. So these are the organizations that are being jointly delivering this particular report. Okay, and the World Health Organization has recently released a report titled Health, Safety and Dignity of Sanitation Worker. They are calling it as the World Health Organization report, but at the same time it is being jointly authored by these institutions as well. So highlights of the report is, it features the plight and dehumanizing working condition of the sanitation workers across 9 lower and middle income group countries. So what are the countries? 9 lower and middle income countries. So these are the countries that is being concentrated: India, Bangladesh, Bolivia, Burkina Faso, Haiti, Kenya, Senegal, South Africa and Uganda. So another important highlight, that is we have already seen this particular statement in the option. So sanitation workers across the developing world often suffer because of weak legal protection and lack of enforcement of existing rules. So weak legal protection, and even though if there is some legal protection, it lacks enforcement. So that is what is the point here. On to the next question. Consider the following statement about India Skills 2020. Statement 1, it is an annual competition to scout talent from the country. Statement 2, it is launched by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Statement 3, winners of the India Skill will then get a chance to represent the country at the World Skill International Competition. So we need to choose the right answer here. Pause the video and try to answer it. So here the answer is, so if you see the first statement, it is an annual report which is an annual competition to scout talent from the country. So here the statement may look right, but it is not right, because it is not an annual competition, it is a biannual competition. Okay, biennial competition. So the difference between the biennial and biannual, I'll tell you what is the basic difference between it, and in the next slide. Okay, so the second statement here, it is launched with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. That's right. And the winner of the India Skill will get a chance to represent the country in the World Skill International Competition. That's again right. So here the answer is C. 213. So as we have already seen, Ministry of Skill and Development Entrepreneurship has announced the opening of the online registration of India Skill 2020. So here it is a biennial competition. So there is a difference between biennial and biannual. Okay. So if you say it is a biannual, it is going to happen once in 2 years. Okay. When you say it is biannual, it happens twice in a year. Okay. So you should understand the difference between biennial and biannual. So biennial is happening once in 2 years and biannual is happening twice in 1 year. Okay. So understand the difference. If you are not getting it, just rewind the video. Just press it twice. Rewind. You should be knowing how to rewind the video on YouTube, right? Just rewind it and hear it again. I said it very clearly. Okay. So it is a biennial competition to scout the talent from the country, offering them a platform to showcase their skills at national and international competition. So some more information about winners of India Skill. They'll get a chance to represent the country in the World International Competition, which is going to be held in China in 2021. Okay, so next year it is going to happen in China. Anyway, let's move on to the next question, 24th question. Consider the following statement about health system of a new India, building blocks, potential pathways to reform. So this is basically a report. Okay, so let's look at the statement. Statement 1, it is a report released by the Niti Aayog. Statement 2, the report highlights the need for a digital backbone, including patient records. So we need to choose the right answer here. So try to answer it. So here if you see the first statement, so basically we need to know that this is a report. Okay, health system of a new India, building blocks, potential pathway to reform. So this could be a possible answer in your mains. If there is a question related to health system, what is the status of health system in India, you directly quote this particular report which is being released by Niti Aayog. Okay, so basically by this I said the answer itself. So the first statement is right. Okay, and the second statement it is also right. So the answer is C, both 1 and 2. So here it is a very important report which is related to health, and with regards to health there is a question every year in one or the other form, or else you can even insert this particular report name in the essay while you are writing the essay. Okay, so anyway it is going to fetch you some mark. So remember it, health system for a new India, building blocks, potential pathway to reform. So if you see the explanation here, government think tank Niti Aayog released a report named Health System for a New India, Building Blocks, Potential Pathway to Reform. I am reading it again and again because it is very important, just to make something easy for you. Okay. Anyway, highlights of the report. The report identified 5 focus areas for future health system. So what are those? To deliver on unfinished public health agenda, change health financing way from out of pocket to spend into large insurers, integrate service delivery vertically and horizontally, empower citizens to become better buyer of health, harness the power of digital health. So this is something, the 5 focus areas which is not being in a good shape at the current trend in health system in our country. Okay, so these are important. Anyway, remember it. And the report also highlights the need for a digital backbone, because everything is becoming digital nowadays. We need to have a digital backbone, that is the health system should be supported very well digitally. Okay, including patients records and health stakes, as well as risk pooling to bring forth a systemic reform in health sector in India. Okay, so this is one of the important question, and it is an important report. Let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statement about Cartosat 3. So statement 1, it is launched by ISRO. Statement 2, it is launched by using a GSLV. Statement 3, it is launched into the sun synchronous orbit. So we need to choose the right answer here. So what could be the answer? So here if you see, it is launched by ISRO, that's right. Cartosat 3, that is something, a satellite which is launched by ISRO, right statement. It is launched by GSLV, is it right? No, it is launched by PSLV. Okay, So the second statement is wrong. Third statement is it is launched into sun synchronous orbit. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it has been launched into sun synchronous orbit by ISRO using PSLV. Okay, so the answer here is B, 1 and 3 only. Let's see something more about this particular Cartosat. So India's polar launched vehicle, polar satellite launch vehicle, that is PSLV C-47 is the number of the name of this particular launch vehicle, launched Cartosat 3 and 13 commercial nano satellites into sun synchronous orbit from Satish Dhawan Space Center. Okay, so which is in Sriharikota. So where is Sriharikota? You should be knowing it anyway. Just mention it in the comment section. Okay, so there is something called PSLV and something called GSLV. Okay, so these are the two launch vehicles which is used by ISRO to launch satellites into the space. Okay, anyway, they are actually launched into either sun synchronous orbit or earth orbit. They call it as low earth orbit, high earth orbit, so something like that. Okay, there are different orbits. You need to know about it. If you doesn't know, please go through it. Okay, it is important. Anyway, PSLV C-47 is the 21st flight of PSLV in XL configuration. So there is something called XL configuration, and it is the 21st flight of that particular PSLV with the XL configuration. This is with 6 solid strap on motors. Anyway, that is something technical. We will not get such a technical question in prelims. Anyway, just knowing it, what is happening is very important. Just I have mentioned it, so just know the basics of it. Okay, anyway, I just given this explanation to make a clear distinction between what is PSLV and GSLV. So at least the major difference you need to know, right? So that is why I have given it here. So PSLV basically used for lower weight. You can categorize it as lower weight category, and GSLV is higher weight category. So here if you read it, PSLV can launch only over a ton of payload into the orbit, while GSLV is more powerful with the capacity to launch around 2.5 tons. So here it is only 1 ton and around, but GSLV it is around 2.5 tons. Okay, and GSLV uses cryogenic for its final stage, while PSLV does not use such fuel. So there is no cryogenic fuel that is used in PSLV, but it is used in GSLV. And PSLV has 6 solid booster engine, while GSLV works with 4 liquid engine. So solid engine, liquid engine. Okay, so that is also something to be noted. So these are the major differences between PSLV and GSLV. I think the class is good today. Anyway, you learned something out of it. Thanks for it. To thank for it, you can better subscribe to my channel so that I can make more lessons. It will be a booster for me. Thank you.